Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Yes, another sad moment. It might sound very individual, but I remember in those days, Deadly Laws, may his soul rest in peace. He was a sole demonstrator of any police brutality on the streets of Toronto. And people characterized him as controversial. He didn't have anything to do. Fast track today, things are happening and no one has the balls to do what Deadly Laws was doing. And most of us who have gained prominence in governments and other places is because of the lead work of those kind of people and his partner in activity, the late great brother Charles Roach. May we remember to remember the individuals we cannot call all. I come back. I'm on a flight 101 returning back to Toronto T. Dot after our attempt with my brother from another mother, Miguna Miguna, to return back to the land of birth, Kenya, and once again refuse in the plan to concrete jungle plantations because the order of Uhuru Kenyatta prevent a fellow citizen born in Kenya to return to the homeland. With all the woes of immigration sagas on Africa, your home, the African soil, is the last place that an African should be humiliated. And we have these overqualified, overeducated people who are saying, oh, he's too controversial. Yes, Malcolm X was very controversial. Yes, Marcus Garvey was very controversial. And that cousin of mine that I admire in the Canadian history, Freddie Douglass, who made or heaped the healthcare system that the wrong-wingers are trying to kill, was very controversial. And he was on the highlight of the RCMP, the Canadian Intelligence Services, and all those others. But he persevered. Victories, human rights victories, are pioneered, but one person, not the followers who are just there for the gravies. If Miguna Miguna is so criminalized not to return to Kenya, how about Raila Odinga, who he sacrificed his life to sworn in because he was a legitimate elected person in that hijack election? And people are saying, oh, Miguna is too controversial. He should go back humble. Humble where? De Klerk, the late De Klerk of South Africa, I hated his balls, but I appreciate him coming during his last moments to apologize to the world. I hope the Queen of England can do that before she journeys to the next world. I was expecting the husband, King Phillips, to engineer that, but now he's in another world and we don't know where that is. But De Klerk took upon himself to address the issues of apartheid openly. Whether he meant it or not, I appreciate his privilege of apologizing openly documented. But more importantly, to speak about the Constitution of South Africa. What was missing, unfortunately, was the right of the land, but he emphasized about the Constitution. Imagine if Malema, Julius Malema, that we are all praising now, was in Kenya, Uganda, or some other parts of Africa where we think presidents are gods. But because of the Constitution, the power of the Constitution, even a sitting president like Zuma was on Zuma lies and kicked out, and recently court orders took him to that bunker, the prison yard. And we are there defending Uhuru. We are there defending some other past former president in America, in Sierra Leone, when they are making noise about the peacefulness of a nation? Why inconvenience the return of Miguna? If it can be done to Miguna, it can be done to all of us. Do we have to wait until you suffer the consequences of political dictatorship? What has being controversial gone to do with that? And all these journalistic boom have watered their mouths because they want to eat gravy. How I miss my man Balfour Akuman, the former chief editor of New Africa, but I knew they were going to roast him out. He was too powerful. We always stand by and see our great ones being eliminated. How long? Let us step up. The moment, for instance, the EU were coming, then people, where is the AU? All these presidents. Ramaphosa, South Africa, I know you respect your constitution and you're a giant of Africa. Tell this your fellow president in Kenya to disease and stop the prevention of a, one thing I like about the concrete jungle with all their things. If Donald Trump was in any of these banana republic, he would have deported Obama because he questioned his citizenship, but he had no balls, and the constitution would not even allow him. So don't ridicule a champion in Miguna. Controversiality. Dave Chappelle, his tickets went boom, 150 and up. Yes, freedom of speech, those who speak. Let us have the balls to stand up to issues, and especially Africans, global Africans. We have to stop humiliating. We don't need any foreign investors or foreign advisors or foreign observers before we can act accordingly. Shame on that President Uhuru Kenyatta. I thought he ought to know better, as his days are numbered. But more so, shame on Odinga. And shame on Ruto, who is claiming to be the wheelbarrow man and the people's person. These are the moments to shine and challenge the unparliamentary act. And for that judge, I don't even have a word. If he cannot even understand that there are outstanding orders against Uhuru Kenyatta and his government to pay and expedite the return of the son of the soil, and for a court to overlook another attempt, that attempt was not even warranted because outstanding precedented orders are there, and he still decide to act unorderly. Our story, we surely remember that never again should we allow any daughter or son of the soil of Africa, be it that they were born in the continent or not, refuse the right of African citizenship.